Well, I had a choice. To book a Ryanair flight and spend a lovely weekend in sunny Italy, or to buy at literally the same price Polaroid film to record another useless video. So what did I do? You know already because you saw the title, and that's why you're here. And it's probably not the best opening at all. So I bought my Polaroid 660 in a thrift store for like 30 bucks in unknown condition. And well, the thing about Polaroids that take 600 film is that they don't have any batteries inside because the power source is combined with a cartridge. Mine indeed had a cartridge inside, but most likely expired with a dead battery. Long story short, it turned out that everything was fine and I became an owner of the first Polaroid camera in my life. So yeah, what's cool about those classic Polaroids is the look. Unique design like a giant jaw that consumes your money ruthlessly. It's just unmistakable. When you're seen with it, everybody knows this guy just spent $20 on 8 shots, but well, it's worth it. Polaroid 660, like probably every other Polaroid except the newest one, i2, is mostly automatic. Mostly because there is a standard switch for exposure compensation. The shutter button is divided into two buttons, so the big red one after half pressing is gonna charge a flash, and the smaller black one only releases the shutter. So if you don't want to use any fill light, there is such an option. 660 has an autofocus with eye detection and almost 100 focus points that cover almost the whole frame. I'm giving you time to believe it's true. Seriously, it's a standard Polaroid Sonar Autofocus, which works like a sonar, so it can more or less detect the object closest to the camera and calculate the distance. Behind the fixed front lens there is a disc with 4 lenses, and the camera decides which one to choose to get the image as sharp as possible. So we get probably 5 focusing zones, but it's still a big upgrade compared to the non-autofocus models, and the sonar works pretty accurately. I mean, it was really a huge thing back in the days, but even now it has some benefits over modern systems. It emits an ultrasonic pulse which bounces off the object, so it can work in complete darkness or with crazy backlighting. And the shortcomings? Well, those ultrasonic sound waves can't go through the window, because sonar recognizes glass as an object, but there is a solution. This little autofocus bypass button which works for any object which is more than 3 meters away. The second issue is that sonar is gonna detect anything that's on its way, so a romantic portrait through some branches is not gonna work with it. Merry-go-round is always a good choice for a shot, and I love those 2 images spat out by my 660. In this close-up shot I use a flash which worked quite well. I mean, although the horse is white, it wasn't just blown out, the scene was only filled with light, and the colors are truly fabulous. I found some forum posts about the pinkish shade on 600 film, and yeah, it can be visible in some conditions, like here on the pavement, but well, if that's an issue at all, like for me it's more just the character of the stack. So far Polaroid deals okay with exposure settings. I didn't use this light and darken control because it's pretty hard to guess when it's gonna be useful, unless there is some obvious backlight scene. But even here where the light is far from even, auto mode handled it just fine. The photo is not sharp at all, probably because I was too close to the table, but I really like it. It's like an Instagram shot in an Instagram friendly format. Well, a plastic lens is not a guarantee of any good performance if we are talking about direct sunlight, but there is no tragedy. Those flares are just typical for that kind of gear. Speaking about Sonar Autofocus and exposure metering, here you can exactly see that both are fairly reliable. Good choice was to use the flash bypass shutter button because the light was pretty even and soft, and I'm really excited by this one. The bokeh looks amazing, but it's not surprising at all. I mean, technically a Polaroid camera is a large format camera, probably the cheapest one you can get with the most affordable running costs. So well, I spent the day with a Polaroid 660 and it stole my heart, like Mila Kunis after watching that 70s show.
Hello boys, it is me, the object of your desire.
I'm so much into square format and these warm vintage colors, and also if you are looking for autofocus in an instant camera, Polaroid 660 is the cheapest one to get. Obviously, shooting instant is not cheap at all. Film photography in general is not an economic passion. But hey, we all love it, and that's why you're here.